The recording has begun. Please see that you do not let me call out your names for wrong reasons. Your mics should be closed. These are the children who have not yet joined. Okay. Now, coming back, children, we finished last time we finished the geography chapter with E exercise E1, E2, E3, E4A, and E4B. I hope you all are clear with the exercise. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So today we begin with the
Ma'am.
civics chapter. Okay. Today we begin with the civics chapter. What is government? Now, basically, the word government you have heard so many times, especially in the news, maybe through your parents, maybe in the newspaper, but you don't know what exactly is government. What are these people talking of when they say what is government? So today we are going to read about them and know what a government is. So we begin. Man lives in a society. He is dependent on the society to fulfill his needs, to reconcile various interests of people, and to resolve issues. We need an organization. This organization is called the government. It is an important element of the state. No social and economic issues that arise can be left to personal choice. We also need discipline and order in society. Therefore, every country needs a government to make decisions. Now, we know that every man lives in a society. We all work in a society, we all work in collaboration. We need so many people to do our work. Now, not just the family members help you out, mother helps you in the kitchen and she cooks food for you. Father provides you with fancy things from the books, copies to all the eatables that you want. So various others also are important element of of making you. Like supposing from morning till now, the people who have helped you are maybe the milkman who had come, then maybe the vendors, the vegetable vendors, so the shops from where you buy things. So man lives in a society. Now, what is society? It is an organization of people living together. Now, when a man lives in a society, he needs to follow discipline. Supposing I start parking my car on the center of the road or maybe in front of your house, so then gradually there will be a quarrel between us. We might start fighting one day. So now who will look after that nothing goes wrong? So for that, every big and small issue, we need a proper, well framed organization which works for the people. It is appointed by the people and it works in coordination with the people for the welfare of the people. So that organization which resolves the issue, any problem that comes between us is sorted out by the government, and that is why that organization is called government. Now, how can we see, like supposing we look after and clean the house where we live, but do we go on the roads and clean up the roads? No. Now, who will do it? If everyone is good, only looking after their own property, then who will look after this? So, for that, we have the various organizations and elements looking after and working for the upliftment of the particular state where the government is working. Okay, so now we move on. Are rules and regulations necessary? Can the society function without a government? So, to this, the answer is no. A particular society cannot function without a proper government. Why? Because it needs certain rules and regulations for it to work properly. If we all start following our rules and our duties, our regulations, then we are definitely not going to look forward for what others are thinking. So then there will be clashes. So a common formula to check the people from doing anything wrong is maintained by the work done by the government. Now, a very small and a very clear example would be your school. Now, you know, when you are in a school, till the time teacher is there in the classroom, you are you are very disciplined. But the moment the teacher leaves, you all also start misbehaving. Now, if every individual in the class starts misbehaving, then what will happen? The class would be out of control. So for that, we have monitors. Now, monitor is checked by the teacher. A teacher is checked by the principal and the authorities. So these are the different levels where we work. So in a school, who will be called the government or the boss? It is the principal and the management who's looking after the entire school will be the part of the government. Like the government works at that level. So just as in the school, we have the administration looked after by the principal and the head of the departments. In the same way, in a government, there's an organization of people who look after various departments so that the particular state works efficiently. Now, if we talk of the government in India, in the central, we have a central government. That means in Delhi, we have a government which is for the entire country. Now, that particular government cannot look after the affairs of every state. India is a big country, and looking after every state is impossible. So, for that, we have state governments looking after the affairs of each state. So, we have two basically demarcated forms of governments, one at the center and one at the state. Now, very simple. In the uh, what do you call it, center, we have the Prime Minister, that is Mr. Narendra Modi, who's the head. Now, in the state, we have the chief ministers. Every state has one chief minister to look after. So, this is what I was telling you about the formation of a government. Now, let's come back to the explanation as asked in the chapter. I read out the next paragraph. Let us take the example of your school. You need a monitor in the class to maintain discipline and order and to report to the class teacher. The headmaster and the principal look after the academic and administrative affairs of the school. Likewise, we need a government to take care of our needs and resolve differences. So, just as to look after the proper functioning of a school, we need headmasters and principals. And the same way in the government at the state level, we need various people in the organization called government to look after the needs of the people and to solve any problem, any differences between the people. Now, what does the government do? The government takes decisions like where to build roads, schools, and hospitals, how to control the prices of vegetables, fruits, etc., or how to control crime during natural calamities like floods, droughts, or an earthquake. The government provides aid and relief to the affected people. It also maintains and controls the railway and postal services. The government also protects the boundaries of the country and maintains relationships with other countries on the basis of agreements. If there is a theft or robbery in a house, the victim reports to a police station. The police arrest the culprit and provides him in the court where the judge delivers his judgment. Police stations and courts are also a part of the government. So now They have basically told you what is the work of the government. Now, the work of the government is easily summarized in this particular paragraph, where they are telling you it is the work of the government to look after the roads, the schools, and hospitals. Now, we don't go and build hospitals and roads in our locality,
No, don't need.
do we? Please switch off your mic. So, to maintain a proper working, we need the government. Like wherever you are living, whichever locality you belong to, if you see there are roads in your locality, now supposing the one living in Aminabad or the one living in Mahanagar, if you check and you all can check and think of your localities where you're living, there are prim and proper roads, then there must be a small or a big school in your locality. There must be a small or a big hospital too. So now who does it? Have you built it? No, it is the government who has looked after these needs of the people and they have provided it. Now, for controlling the prices of vegetables, fruits, etc. See the second point, controls prices of commodities. That means the government looks after that everywhere throughout the state, the price of one item should be same all over. It's not that in Aminabad you are getting sugar of 1